what you wanna hear. It's not what you need to hear.
Life is ups and downs. Life is beauty and ugliness. Life is light and also darkness. In this life in which there is peace, war also thrives. You can't see only one side of life and expect a balanced emotional and mental response within you. Be aware of what's good and great, but just as you are aware of what's nasty and unpleasant. There is so much beauty in life, but when we think too much about the ugliness around, we tend to forget that beauty still exists. While in the know that tragic traps are rampant, also keep your eyes on the fact that beautiful comedies and happy endings are still very much in vogue. Use words to remind yourself about the enchanting aspects of life, and that is exactly what this episode is about. Changing your mind speak. How you can change your mind speak in order to choose happiness. How, you may ask? In so many ways. Number 1, by speaking kindly to yourself. Give yourself all those words you expect to hear from others. Comfort yourself. Most people are so good at going to others to console them, and are sometimes shredded by the fact that they were not comforted the way they wanted. They start to complain and blame the other person for not saying this or doing that. When you learn how to soothe yourself, you stop giving others the responsibility of recharging you, and you deter yourself from becoming an energy vampire who can't release the tension of their compounding issues without dumping them on an empathetic friend. As you alter your relationship with your mind, you start to realize that nobody came into this world with a manual on how to make you feel good. Even if some magical person did, it is still your obligation to elevate your vibration. Making yourself feel good is your responsibility. If you're fortunate enough to have a loved one to add to that comfort, you appreciate their efforts, knowing that they are giving you a piece of their own inner joy. Whether sufficiently done or incomplete, appreciate their attempt to fill your mood cup. Are you living out your life with a mindset that a friend, partner, or loved one should know exactly what to say to you when you're down? How to expertly lift your spirits because you feel that it is their duty to know? No, darling, it's not. There are people whose jobs are to know exactly what to say to a wounded mind. They are called therapists. Everyone is not a shrink. You need a whole degree for that. Even your own therapist will not be with you every day and everywhere, working your daily frustrations with you. They do have the work in scheduled sessions while the rest is up to you. Learn to soothe yourself from your own store of happiness. It's already inside you. You just have to breathe and let it come out from the pit your misery had it submerged. Your inner voice may be more brutal than trolls online. Time to soften your vocals towards yourself. Speak to yourself the way you would expect a good friend or a lover to address you. Talk back to that voice you nurtured within you for years, which has kept you constantly reminded of your flaws, mistakes, and fears. It's a constant battle to keep the nagging vocal reminders about the crap in the world that you have to literally talk back to your negative feelings. For example, when your thoughts start to run a negativity marathon whispering, "This world is worthless, so much evil," you can respond with, "But there are so many beautiful things unfolding that makes the world useful." Respond to "What if I fail?" with "What if I succeed?" Respond to "What if this predicament wipes us out?" with "What if we survive?" Respond to "My body is ugly" by commenting on something that is good about your looks. Example, when your thoughts say, "My tummy looks rumpled," respond with, "But my legs are hot though." I'm not perfect, but I'm beautiful in my own way. Never let all the negativity around submerge everything positive that exists. Focus on what's beautiful, wholesome, and refreshing, and think on those things. Remind yourself of those things. Speak back to your mind. Don't let every thought that flies into your mind control your perspective, especially when the thoughts are unwholesome and despondent. Another way to alter your mind speak is by number 2, steering your mind to solutions. Anytime you get a wave of heavy emotions, seek the source in your mind, a source which is usually a problem. Ask yourself, is this a problem I can solve? Then list all the probable solutions to the problem that are producing the negative thoughts, fueling the vibe-killing emotions. Set a date and deadline for which you can proceed with all the solutions you've listed. If you're worried about your weight, for instance, list all the things you can do, from diet plans to exercise, and schedule it into a morning routine daily. Start eating more of protein and fiber, reduce the carbs, cut off the sugars, go into solution mode. Next, patience. Keep doing the work. You wait. Problem solved. If you're depressed over a job loss, think of how you can get another job fast and start checking out for vacant positions via job sites. As you become more solution-driven, you'll find yourself less occupied with bemoaning your fate because you're too busy working towards the goal of beating the challenge. Next way to boost your happy hormone dopamine through mind speak change is via number 3, affirmations. Replace woebegone declarations in your head as quickly as they come with positive affirmations. Examples: I am beautiful because my soul is unique. I am powerful because I can achieve my greatest goals. I am creative because I have talents and skills. I am creative because I can learn any craft of my choosing and be good at it. I am a success story in the making. I am a magnet for abundance. I attract favorable outcomes. Next way to change the content of your thoughts is by number 4, changing the meaning you give an outcome. Multiple thought loops may arise from fears around one single event. You can deactivate these thought patterns with this technique. For instance, the event, a breakup. The thought loop: oh my God, my 6-year-old relationship just broke up and my biological clock is ticking. At this rate, I'm going to end up old and alone. Then my parents will start nagging my ass all day about not getting married. My younger ones will all marry before me. And next thing you know, it'll be too late to have a baby. Then fibroids will raid my uterus and blah, 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 blah. And this is how the agony sinkhole begins. Shut down a thought loop before it moves from basic brouhaha to total catastrophe in your mind space. Reconstruct the meaning of an event this way. Change the meaning you give around it that drags you deeper into frustration. By changing the way you regard what happened to you, you stop drowning and begin to rise to the surface. How to change the meaning of an unsatisfactory situation, still using a breakup as a sample. Notice how the negative thought loop becomes a positive, soul-edifying construction. Okay, the relationship didn't work out. I will take time to mourn the loss, but I'm learning from this experience. There are so many lessons here. These lessons will help me build a better version of me for an even more fulfilling relationship in the future. For now, I will mourn, but I will move on. Because I am a strong person, I can get through this. I am beautiful. I am confident. I will keep growing. This is going to end in joy. Number 5, ask yourself what a negative experience has taught you. Asking yourself what you learned from the shit show you went through and how you can apply these lessons to your daily life. As you count the lessons in the loss and devise how you can apply them in your life, you will notice the sadness around it begin to dissolve. If it's an emotion over a failure which has no solution, then you must let it do its work by feeling it. Allow yourself to soak in the loss for a while. Then think about what you learned. Allow the lessons to rise in your mind. For instance, you didn't win the race, but you gained stamina, burned calories, and upgraded your level of resilience. Think about how you can apply these gains on your next race or another type of effort. Dwell on the prospects. Allow the idea of possibilities to excite you and watch the feelings of loss dissolve. There's a tendency by most to dodge this part of the work required to heal by looking for the fastest, easiest escape route. And this is how addictions are formed. You choose tequila or sex when the pain hit, but it's morning now and your worries are back with a vengeance. So that means more booze and sensualistic excesses, or anything else you can find so you can postpone your dealing with your emotions again. But you can't drink feelings away or party away pain. Whatever cheap dopamine you got from the joint a friend offered to you to make you feel better will be too short-lived. When you come down from the high of escapism, the reality you try to run away from will still be there. It won't melt away until you face it. Next way of changing how you think in order to choose happiness is number 6, knowing that thoughts don't define you. Yeah, I love this one. Knowing that thoughts don't define you. It doesn't matter what jumps into your mind daily. It is what you do that takes the cake. Your thoughts aren't you. Your thoughts aren't always right. But you know that still small voice within you, which really isn't a voice at all, but a powerful nudging to follow the right path. It's called intuition. And it's the divine blueprint given to your soul by God for direction, for peace, and ultimately joy. Number 7, breathe. You can stop the train of a toxic thought pattern by simply pausing to breathe. But I breathe all the time, you may ask. Well, there is a difference between casual intakes of breath that you barely even notice and focusing on your breathing for maybe a minute or more. Pausing to breathe deep can realign you in a matter of moments. It's taking a few moments to inhale deeply and exhale slowly can bring you back to a state of calm, relax, energize, and alter your emotions positively. Now take a deep breath with me. Hold that air in for a second. Smile. Exhale. How do you feel? That's it for now on your favorite digital show, Omali Speaks. Subscribe so you don't miss the next step on this series, and for more mind rewiring content, send your questions if you have any to omalispeaks@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you, babies. Mwah, mwah, mwah.